Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and build this eco home village. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will also have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So like I said, this is called an eco home village. This is another one of those houses, well, I mean lots, where I do multiple homes on the one lot, or kind of just like a community of homes or a village of homes, whatever you want to call it. So I've done quite a few of these before. And recently I kind of just seen a lot more about this like eco theme because of like the off the grid trait, and I did also do a kind of eco theme build myself maybe like a week or so ago. I did like a luxury eco home, and I thought it would be an interesting idea to kind of take that idea and apply it to this kind of village style build I do sometimes as well. So that's what we're doing today. So I didn't really have a plan for this build, I literally just started doing it, and this is kind of what I came up with. Now the kind of idea about eco, it was a little bit challenging because we don't really have that in game. We'll have the off the grid trait, but just kind of how it works, I didn't actually use that for this build because it's going to be a lot of sort of like, you know, candles and stuff, and I wanted to go for like a modern theme, and I thought that using candles as the main source of light wouldn't really work, so I just went ahead and just did normal stuff. But what I did do to kind of make it a little bit more eco-friendly and where they kind of get their power source from is that in the back left hand corner, and you may have seen this from the thumbnail, but those kind of like little black things actually like make believe sort of solar panels, so I imagine that, you know, that's where they get all these houses get the power from there. So that's kind of what I thought about. So I kind of did that, just kind of make it as more off the grid as I could, but with kind of just with the restraints that we have in game. I've heard a lot of people talk about the off the grid trait and how many kind of problems it has. I've actually done one off the grid build before. I actually did an off the grid village, so that was not really like this though, it wasn't modern, and I just had a lot of problems with it. Like even some of the candles which don't require power still wouldn't work, so I feel like I'm just going to wait until the whole system kind of gets a little bit of an update with that, because it's a really good idea and I'm so happy that I have it in game. It's just a little bit disappointing how it just doesn't really work as well, and some things just seem to not have been thought about, so I'm hoping that that gets updated at some point because I'd really love to do some more off the grid builds. So you're probably wondering what on earth is happening on screen here with this kind of thing. I just kind of wanted to point this out. So, you may have heard me talk in the last couple of builds that I've installed a new reshade preset, which is Avalan's, and I don't know what happened, but something has happened to my general reshade kind of program, is that when I press the caps lock key, or sometimes if I press something on the number pad, it'll do that really weird thing and put like another effect on it. Like sometimes it's done that way, it kind of goes blurry, sometimes it does like, so it goes like really dark, I don't really know. So I tried to look through my reshade settings, but I couldn't really find anything that kind of resembles like particular types of effects attached to it, like a shortcut, if that makes sense. So I don't really know what's happening with that. If anybody else has that problem, where if you press a certain key, it does like a really weird sort of like effect on your screen, let me know, because I really need to kind of sort that out. I was going to cut that out, but I was thinking, you know what, I'm just going to kind of include it so I can kind of talk about it a little bit more. Also another thing, I've got to like tell you about the details about the build as well, but just before I talk about that, I'm actually using a new recording software in today's build. So normally I use OBS, but if you heard me talk about it in the modern cabin build, the other day I was saying how I was having a little bit of trouble when it came to actually recording in real time, like doing video tours and stuff, and I was getting a little bit of lag when I did that with OBS. But I've heard a lot of good things about NVIDIA Shadowplay, so I went ahead and tried that out today, and I'm actually really happy with it. Now, I am getting a little bit of lag on screen as I'm doing this voiceover. I didn't really notice anything when I was editing, so I'm hoping that this is just because I've got, you know, my microphone running, I've got my game open as well to get the information off the gallery, so I'm hoping that's why it's just lagging. Sometimes it does that in the past, and then once I render the video, it's all fine, so I'm hoping that's the case, but I'll have to kind of maybe just kind of look at that a little bit, because I'm hoping that's not the case. But anyway, so details about the build, because I haven't really talked about that yet. So the kind of general like lot has 3 homes, and each of them have 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom, apart from one of the homes which has an additional bedroom. So 2 homes with 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, one of the homes with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So in total there is 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms on this lot. I built it on a 50 by 40 lot in Newcrest, and there's only one of them there, so no problems finding that if you want to place this. And the whole lot came in at 217,963 simoleons. And then I did actually use a lot of packs today, so I did use all the expansions. I used all of the game packs apart from Outdoor Retreat, I think it is, and then for the stuff packs I used Laundry Day, and then for the other ones I used, which was fitness stuff, backyard stuff, cool kitchen and perfect patio. So those are the packs I used. Now I know that is a lot of packs and I'm really sorry about that. Sometimes when I want to try and do a particular thing, I've got to use some of the packs to make it work, and that was the case here today, so I'm really sorry about that. But you know, I am paying a lot more attention these days to what packs I'm using, taking out unnecessary ones to upload to the gallery so it's easier for you to download. So because of that, there is lots of other kind of recent builds which have a lot less packs in them, so I'm really sorry about that, but, you know, I can't not use any packs. I've got to, you know, for some things I want to do. And also another thing I did today as well, well, first of all, I kind of had this other idea of kind of having like their own gardens, so they kind of get their food from there, like sort of like a self-sustaining type of thing as well. So you can say I did like little patches of grass there, like the dirt lines. And what I went ahead and did was actually went on the gallery here and kind of just found some plants to place down, because you know how you can get those like rooms off the gallery and kind of people have all the plants already done. So I went ahead and just tried that out because I've never done that before in a build, and I thought it'd be a really nice idea to kind of have the homes look like people already living in them and like a little bit more progressed because the plants are already grown, if that makes sense. That's what I did there. And these are the solar panel things at the back. Now I wasn't really too sure how I was going to do this because it's we don't have them in game, of course, and I just couldn't really think of how it would be best to do it. So I just went ahead and used these half gabled roofs along with like the metal sort of corrugated metal roof kind of a colour swatch thing, I can't think of the word, roof tile. So I went ahead and just paired those two together to make them, I think it looks like a solar panel. I don't even know if that's, you know, the right thing. I know normally you find them on the roof, which I did think about, but I was thinking that maybe it's like a general sort of power source which then kind of provides to the three houses, because all these three houses have glass roofs on them, and they're not actually like glass roofs, they're just the tiles that we've got with Iron Living, the crystal clear ones, that's what they're called. I went ahead and used those, because I kind of just thought of it as like a, you know, an additional sort of source of light, so they don't have to use as much power. And you can see there again, my kind of settings are going all over the place. I don't know what is happening, but I kind of sometimes press a random key by accident and it does all that. So I don't know what happened there, but if anybody knows, like I was saying before, about like how I changed that to stop like, you know, shortcuts being on my keyboard being attached to different effects, because I tried, like I said, looking in the reshape settings and I couldn't find where that is. There is like a section for shortcuts, such as like for, you know, the key to take screenshots and stuff which you can set, but I couldn't find anything regarding actual effects, if that makes sense. So if anybody knows about that, then let me know. So what was I just saying again? Oh yeah, about the glass roofs thing. So I did that as just kind of another idea about the kind of to go with the eco theme. So there is also a little kind of communal area in this build as well. So kind of generally on the lot, there's the three homes, and I think all of them actually have their own little kind of garden space and little outdoor seating area. They all have their own porches as well, which have a few things on them. So they all got their own garden areas and stuff, which they can all grow their own food and stuff. There's the solar panel section at the back, which is kind of, as you would have saw, I kind of put a fence around it to kind of make it stand out more as like a power source. That's where the power comes from, if that makes sense. Because I didn't want to put like a, you know, little sort of hedge fence around that. I kind of want to make it separate, so I used the metal one. And there's also another kind of thing on the opposite side, so in the back right hand corner it's also like a bigger garden space there. Again, I put some more plants from the gallery there, and also a little kind of climbing frame just if kind of kids live here, so they can use that. And I think I did a little barbecue area as well, along with an outdoor seating area, so there's lots of stuff to do here too, which is great. Now, the kind of idea about having a barbecue, I wasn't really too sure about, because I didn't really think, is that the most eco thing? But I kind of just wanted to include it anyway, because I feel like if I don't put anything in, because of course with like the general thing about how eco stuff works in the game and the off-the-grid thing, the Sims will have nothing to do, so I had to go ahead and include that. Also, another thing I did was I included laundry, but instead of putting laundry machines in, because we do kind of have a more eco-friendly sort of system with that, I did go ahead and put the washing line outside along with the wash tub. So the Sims, I don't think all the houses have their own washing line and wash tub. I think only 2 of them do. But I thought it'd be a really nice thing to include anyway to kind of go along with that theme. And this build in total really didn't take me that long, actually. I think it came in at about the hour mark, or just over an hour. Maybe like an hour and a half. I don't know. I recorded this yesterday and I already can't remember how long it took me. So I think it was around that, you know, time mark, though. It didn't really take me that long, which is great. So we're kind of finished with the 2 houses there. What I did actually, you may have not noticed this at the start, start, but I did actually show you all the footage for the first house. So you can see how I did one of the houses from start to finish with no jump cuts. So you can see how everything works, because when I do these village homes or kind of community lots with multiple homes on one lot, sometimes there can be repetitive things about them. So for example, you know, you're going to see 3 kitchen builds, you're going to see 3 bathroom builds, whatever. So for one of the houses, I show you everything. So when it comes to the other houses, if something's going to be the same, I can just cut it out because you've seen it before. So I just do that to kind of make it easy and just to kind of save a little bit of time in the speed build so you don't get so bored watching it. So this is the third house here. And I don't know if you noticed, but they're all kind of, I wouldn't really call them tiny homes. I don't know if they would be tiny homes because, well, I mean, they are kind of small, but I mean, this particular house, the kitchen's huge. So I don't know if you would call them tiny homes, but that's kind of what I thought about when I was doing the first one. Is that was going to be kind of like a eco tiny home off the grid village sort of thing. That's a very long title though, but you know, I've just much smaller than a normal house. I would say the bedrooms are kind of small and everything. So we're pretty much finished with the build here. We've just got this last home to finish off, and then I'll go around and do a few finishing touches, such as some ivy and just some extra outdoor activities and things. I think we've also got the last kind of communal area at the back to finish off as well. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this voiceover up here, because we are going to be heading onto the screenshots in just a minute. But I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more ideas for kind of eco-themed builds I could do, or if you have any other ideas for these kind of multiple homes on one lot type of builds, then also let me know as well, because I find them kind of just something a little bit different to do. So let me know if you have any ideas for any more of those. And yes, so thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't. Like I said, you can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will have a link down below in the description to online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!